What is going on, guys? Anger Collections in the house for another video. All right, it's gonna be a different video today. We're gonna have a story time video. So yeah, it's gonna be a relaxing video, just to kind of like have a different topic today. Because I noticed a lot of new stores, new online sellers in the past 2 years. I'm pretty sure you guys have heard. 2 years ago, a lot of people quit, opened, a new card store, opened an online store, things like that. And I'm kind of like in the same boat. But it's, for me, there is a reason for it. It's not because of the big boom or like the collectibles market is like just, yeah, it's gonna be like to the moon, right? To the moon for the next 5-10 years, right? But in my case, it's a little different. That's why I really just want to make a video just to have a different type of, relaxing, just a story time with anger, right? So a little backstory, especially to all the new subscribers. I appreciate you guys subscribing and yeah, liking this video, watching these videos. So before TCG Player, I was a full-time manager, produce manager at a retail store, and like the job, just the usual management position, like you have workers under you, 10-20 people, and I really like the job, and as far as like, I've been there for like 7-8 years, literally like from the bottom up. And around 2021 October, that's when I quit, right? And then I started my TCG Player November 2021. So that's basically how I started. And it's crazy how all the money that I kind of like set aside for buying collectibles all came from there. Like I completed my Power 9 in 2019, and a lot of the reserve lists, a lot of those commander decks that I had, it's basically all came from those, man. But the main reason why I quit, I left that job, there's actually multiple reasons, but the main thing, I have a 9-year-old boy. It's growing. He's gonna be 10 pretty soon, and like the whole picking up, from school, dropping them off, and to all the new subscribers, even the old ones, I haven't like. There's probably a few of you known this, but I have a new kid. Yeah, I have the mini anger, right? He's like 3 to 4 months. He's like really active, man. He's like, I love that kid, man. The mini anger. So 3-4 months, and that's kind of like pretty much the main reason. Is like it's really important to have someone in the house, like working from home. Like my wife has a great job, and we really need someone to take care of the kids. And like daycare is very expensive, man. And like that's like hundreds, thousands of dollars like for a month. And me being at home, just dropping them off, picking them up, taking care of baby anger, it kind of makes sense for me to really establish. And not to mention that I have already 5+ years of selling before TCG Player, like through like Facebook, through like Craigslist even. So I already had experience on doing that, so I'm pretty much that confident that I can grind this out. And not to mention, I've really collected, bought, sold a lot of collections, like way back TCG Player, and that's basically how it started. And I know someone, MF Doom, asked about like, why Anger Collections. To all the new subscribers, Anger, because I used to be a musician, a full-time musician, man, and that's basically my stage name. and collections, because I started this whole business, this whole thing. It's pretty much because of the collections that I had like for a very long time. And it's like Rudy basically Rudy from Alpha Investment really convinced me on not opening a brick and mortar store, because it does not make sense even back then, honestly, and especially today. Like, geez, like the whole expenses, the like if you're gonna hire people, it's just too much, and it doesn't make sense for me, because I'm like on my own, man. I'm like one man band. It's like I do everything, and it just doesn't make sense. And you can really see it. All the small stores, they're really, really struggling, man. With all the new WASI news, all the new pump and dump sets, and yeah, he basically, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna open brick and mortar, later down the road, if it makes sense that the business is really, really booming. Like, yeah, for sure, why not, right? But as of right now, as long as it's working for me, everything is smooth and well. I mean, I'm not like too greedy, like like Rudy right now. I'm just saying, like, I'm not too greedy. As long as everything is good, that's it. I'm good with just online store for now. And like I said, I noticed a lot of people quit their jobs. A lot of people open their businesses, and I don't know if it's because of like the whole boom of TCG. But like I said, I'm making this video because in my situation, it makes sense for me. Now, I'm not recommending you guys quitting your job, starting this whole thing, full-time business. I had many experience back, way before TCG Player. I had like many, like experience back in the day. That's why it made sense. And like the whole collection that I had, it's like it worked out for me. And like I said, I quit because it's better for my family as far as in our situation. So I think this whole YouTube video, it's really, really relaxing for me, because it's kind of like my escape from this whole thing. I get to like talk to you guys. I get to like comment to all the people that's like constantly there, man. I appreciate you guys. And even someone like mentioned that making a Patreon. I'm definitely considering it, but I really want to be consistent first. Like consistent audience, consistent videos. And I'm just like one of the guys out there, man. The whole YouTube is like huge. But yeah, just that's a quick story of basically who is Anger Collection, why I started, how I started. And I guess for the future, I mean, it's really just the grind is there, man. It's just work is work, I mean, it's just so happened that it worked out for me. And I know many of you guys are really, really wanting to do the same thing with, working, like your hobby is your job, man. But I can honestly say whatever Rudy from Alpha Investment is saying about like once you step in, once you became like from player, collector, and then a seller, dealing with all this stuff, it's gonna totally change you, man. You're gonna look at magic cards, all these collectibles, so different. You're basically looking at them as like numbers, man. Numbers like moving. So yeah, that is gonna be it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please consider liking and subscribing. Hit that bell notification so you don't miss any video. And with that, hang around, boys. You guys notice new haircut? I cut that, man. Game piece.